The government's giving out husbands, 20 copper coins each. All the girls in the village are rushing to grab one. I'm the only one who didn't go, 'cause I'm reborn. I know that ragged little cripple no one wants to buy will become the prince regent who controls the entire imperial court later. He will break my heart. He will have crowds of wives and concubines. He will lock me up for 10 years and humiliate me every single night. I shouldn't buy him this time. I just want to live a safe and peaceful life. But I never expected that very night. The village chief knocked on my door with a smile. Zhao Zhao, do you want a husband? No thanks. That must be a hallucination. I've already been reborn, right? Why can I still see Shen Yanqi's shadow? Hey Zhao Zhao, what's with that reaction? You don't want him just 'cause all the other girls passed on him? No worries, I'll give you a discount. How about 10 copper coins? What? No, Chief, that's not it. No one wants him anyway. Why not just send him back to the government? What's going on here? In my past life, I didn't join the crowd either. He was definitely sent back to the government then. Why is he even home delivered in this life? On this exact day in my past life, I did go to the distribution site. I only went there to watch the fun at first. But I ended up getting a total steal by accident. I paid 10 copper coins for a badly injured, but extremely handsome little cripple. Everyone in the village laughed at me for being stupid back then. I ignored them and brought him home. I took care of him carefully and nursed him back to health. No one could have guessed. This little cripple didn't just survive. He also treated me extremely well. He brought me tea and ran errands for me. He studied super hard and passed the imperial exam. He built up his achievements and power step by step. I thought I had met my perfect match. Until the day he married the regent princess. That was when I finally woke up to the truth. All the nice things he did for me back then were only because marrying me would let him remove his slave status and get the qualification to take the imperial exams. I was nothing more than a stepping stone for him to leave Qingquan village. The village chief saw I wasn't talking and just staring blankly. I thought the price was too high, so he gritted his teeth. 5 copper coins, that's the lowest I can go. No, chief, really. It's not about the money. I really can't take him, Oh, Zhao Zhao, listen. When you first wandered to our village, all alone with no one to rely on. When I took you in, I didn't give you any hard time, did I? Shh. All right, chief. Zhao Zhao. You don't get to call me Zhao Zhao. Just call me Miss Chu. But you bought me. I should marry you. I will help you get rid of your slave status too. But not as your husband. As your older brother, we will address each other as brother and sister from now on. Brother and sister. Yeah, brother and sister. I was so stupid in my past life. I overestimated my own position. On his wedding day, I packed up my baggage and left heartbroken, but he stopped me with his soldiers. Zhao Zhao, you should understand. My regent princess can't be a random village woman. Stop throwing a fit. Come back with me. Other than the title of regent princess, I will give you everything you want. I don't want anything. Let me go. Take her away. I was locked up in his villa on the outskirts of the capital. I became a caged canary with no title or status. He kept me there for 10 whole years, until his princess consort couldn't stand it anymore. She broke in with people and locked me. I don't want to be your sister. No, we can't be husband and wife. Why? Because I already have a fiancé. Everyone says he died on the battlefield, but I firmly believe he will come back. What? You have a fiancé? Yes, I do. His name is Jung Yu. He is the eldest son of the wealthy Jung family in town. We met at the private school. We grew up together. We are practically childhood sweethearts. Either we be siblings, or you stay a slave, pick one. Siblings. Get some rest early, brother. Brother? That night I dreamed of my trapped past life. First half I was stuck in Qingquan village, living as an orphan paying off debts of gratitude. Second half I was locked in a grand walled residence, being Shen Yanxi's secret hidden mistress. Humiliating spasms of low status. My life only lasted a little over 30 years. I never saw a freezing harsh winter, or a satisfying pouring rain, or the vast free mountains and rivers of the nation. Zhao, I made kanji. Get up and have some, okay, if we're gonna cut ties, we have to cut them completely. But before that, we need to make full use of what we have. Last night you said you're the son of a raided duke's family. So you know how to read, right? Great, I'll have to trouble you later, brother. Use this herbal medicine classic as reference. Pick out the pseudo-ginseng, Blatilla striata, and atractalodes from the medicine cabinet. Then lay them one by one on the thin mat in the yard to dry. But I still have injuries, my leg is still... You can limp around to make kanji, so you can limp around to dry herbs. Anyway, I don't feed freeloaders. Are you really going to talk to me like that? Wait, where are you going? I didn't say I won't do it. We suddenly have an extra mouth to feed at home, and an extra injured leg that needs treatment. I have to go pick herbs to make money, brother. If I remember correctly, there's a money-making opportunity coming up soon. I need to earn enough to leave this place. Bear with it, just a few more steps. This little pain is nothing. I have to dry the herbs first. You're working so hard. How about I make a request? Don't call me brother. Call me Yancy, okay? No way. In my past life, I pestered him nonstop to let me call him Jutang. But he always frowned and said it was too mushy. He insisted I call him brother to outsiders. Now it's the total opposite. How ironic. 5 or 6 days later, the Huns invaded the border. Herbal medicine was in severe short supply. Its market price jumped 20 times overnight. For 100 lei around the area, my yard had the largest stock of herbs. I wanted to make money, but I refused to profit from the national crisis. So I set clear rules, limited patients and medicine volume per day. I won't sell medicine or treat anyone beyond the limit. Even with these rules, I was so tired every day I could barely drag myself around. After sending off the last patient of the day, I didn't even have energy to walk back to my room. I just plopped down on the stone table in the yard and fell asleep in a daze. I slept really deeply. I had no idea how long I was out. What woke me up was pressure on my lips. Was that just a dream just now? It must have been a dream. There's no way Shen Yanti would secretly kiss me anyway. This is soup bone Aunt New next door gave us. She said it's great for soup, try some. I simmered it for 2 full hours. But I didn't want to look at his fake, hypocritical face. I just lowered my head and drank the soup quietly. I didn't say a single word. The expectation in Shen Yanqi's eyes faded into disappointment. Zhao, you're so kind and gentle to everyone else. Why do you have nothing to say to me? Kind and gentle. I gave him twice as much of that in my past life. But did he ever care about it? There's only 3 things he wants from me. Remove his slave status, heal his leg, take the imperial exam. The first 2 are already done now. Only the imperial exam part. He acts like he totally forgot about it. He never brings it up anymore. Then what's the point of all this acting lately? What is he after with all this fake thoughtfulness and gentleness? What exactly do you want? Oh, Dr. Chu. Please save us. Please save my wife. I can't make exceptions to the rule. Dr. Su, I know you have your rules, but I really have no other options left. We're city garrison soldiers. We got ambushed by the Huns. Our deputy general was slashed 7 times. He's on the brink of death. All medicine shops in the city are out of supplies. Only you can save him. I stood up abruptly, without a single moment of hesitation. I walked quickly to the door and opened it. Soldiers who protect our country can't die right in front of me. I gritted my teeth. I ripped open his black tight martial robe. A familiar red object fell from his inner pocket. It's a love knot, exactly the same as mine. Jiang Yue. Luckily, I stockpiled enough medicinal herbs, and luckily my medical skills are good enough. Jiang Yu was saved. After running a high fever all night, he woke up the next afternoon. Zhao Zhao, long time no see. Let me wipe your face for you. When you were little, you wiped your snot on my clothes. Now you wipe my face when you're grown up. Does that make us even... That's different. You can't compare the two at all. The door was pushed open gently. Shen Yanzi appeared at the door carrying food. When he saw the scene inside the room, his pupils constricted, he limped over. Zhao Zhao, who is this? Shen Yanzi, my older brother. What? So he's someone Zhao Zhao knows. Brother, this is Jiang Yu, my fiancé who just returned after being missing. What did you say? I said this is Jiang Yu, my childhood sweetheart, my fiancé. Do you need me to repeat that again, brother? Congratulations, Zhao Zhao. You finally waited for him? For no reason at all. A wave of unease rose in my heart. The look in his eyes looked like he wanted to kill me. I must have seen wrong, right? He was obviously congratulating me. At least on the surface, he was. Really? Doesn't look like congratulations to me. More like he's obsessed. Why are you still keeping the love knot? It's a love token after all. I keep it as a memento. You've been missing for 4 years without coming back. According to the unwritten rule, the engagement was void long ago. What's the point of keeping a memento? What missing for 4 years? What void engagement? Didn't you write to me back then? Saying you found a better husband? And you didn't want me anymore? The day I got that letter, I almost died on the battlefield. What letter? I really thought you changed your mind. I suddenly realized this kind of reunion isn't fair at all. For Jiang Yu, we were only separated for 4 years. He's still that young boy with his first crush. But for me, that was a full 30 years in my past life. Even though time has turned back now, how can I still be worthy of his pure and sincere young love? Jiang Yu fell asleep. I rubbed my sore shoulders and went back to my own room. Time to rest for a bit. Shen Yanzi, what are you doing in my room? Why aren't you calling me brother anymore? If you're really my brother, you shouldn't sneak into your little sister's room. Normal older brothers shouldn't, that's true. But I never wanted to be your brother. I have impure intentions, Zhao Zhao. You shouldn't have made me angry. You're reborn too, right? Huh? How is that possible? How could he know that? I'm kind of sad, you know. Zhao Zhao chose not to look for me after you were reborn, and didn't want to have anything to do with me anymore. Looks like you really hate me and blame me, huh? I was a bastard in my past life. I didn't protect you well. I didn't cherish you enough. I didn't realize it until you died when I was totally broken. All the fame and fortune I chased were nothing compared to you. I've already prepared to spend my whole life chasing you and making it up to you. I'm changing, I'm working on it, Zhao Zhao. But how could you have someone else? How dare you even think about being with someone else? Let go of me. You still want to push me away? What's wrong, Zhao Zhao? Why aren't you answering me, Zhao Zhao? Tell him that you're in your brother's arms right now? Being kissed by him? Being touched by him? You're shameless. Be good, Zhao Zhao. Let's start over. Tell him to get lost. Start over. How do we start over? You think just because we're reborn once, a lowly village girl like me is good enough for our noble prince regent? You'll stop having a horde of wives and concubines? You won't lock me up in the villa on the capital's outskirts. I can... Zhao Zhao, I never wanted to hurt you in my past life. I didn't know you cared so much about official status. I thought you knew I had good intentions. Officialdom is full of unpredictable dangers. You're too pure and naive by nature. If I marry you as my official wife, I'd be pushing you into the eye of the storm. That's when I'd really be hurting you. But all that's in the past now. In this life, you're the only one for me. I'll never marry anyone else. Let's stay in Qingquan Village forever, okay? Zhao Zhao, trust me one more time, okay? Zhao Zhao. Okay. Let's start all over again. Zhao Zhao. You're finally back. Village chief, do you want a son-in-law? How about Shen Yanxi? He's all cleaned up now. He's not lame anymore, and he's super handsome. Tons of girls in the village are fighting over him. He's a perfect match for our sister Jiao Jiao. Hey, Jiao Jiao. What's all this fuss about? You can't return someone you already bought. I say we can return him so we can... You... Village Chief Jiang Yu is back. Did you know that... I remember back then. Our sister Jiao Jiao also liked Jiang Yu. She even threw a huge dramatic fit over it. Begged me to give my engagement to her. After I turned her down back then, I felt guilty about it for quite a long time. After all, Jiao Jiao always grabbed whatever she wanted since childhood, and destroyed whatever she couldn't get. But after I rejected her that time, she surprisingly never made a fuss about it ever again. I guess you came up with a good trick to calm her down, right, Village Chief? Yeah. Jiang Yu also said he wants to visit in person someday. To thank you and Jiao Jiao for making this happen. The gods have already granted me the medicine I need. We won't trouble young Master Jiang with this. Oh, right, Village Chief? You saved my life once years ago. Now I'm paying you back with a good marriage for your daughter. That makes us even, right? We're even. Words are no proof. Why don't we write a written agreement that all past favors are settled, and we have nothing to do with each other from now on, so you don't go back on your word and pester me later? Ungrateful brat. When I got home, Shen Yanxi was drying blatilla and pseudo-ginseng in the yard. Jiang Yu was lying on a nearby lounge chair sunbathing. The scene looked really peaceful at first glance, but their conversation was far from friendly. I'm not her brother. I can tell. Just say whatever you want straight. Name your terms? Anything is fine. I only want her. Funny, I only want her too. Even if I was her first man? Shameless. Shen Yanxi, how dare you bring up things from the past life to judge people in this life? Only useless men would treat a woman's virginity as something to brag about. What's so great about being the first man? Was she your first woman? As a son of a noble family, Shen Yanxi definitely had plenty of concubine maids around. Oh, you didn't. Then what gives you the right to brag? You couldn't even save your first time for the woman you love? How embarrassing. Hey. Both of Jang Yu's hands were injured. He'd definitely lose if they actually got into a fight. Cuff, cuff. Zhao, zhao. The herbs are almost done drying. We need to restock some more. It's fine, no need to restock. We've made enough money already, and all our past favors are settled. The 20 taels I have on hand is enough for me to start my long trip. I know medical skills, so I won't starve. Sigh. It's just my bad, my arms are injured. I can't help out. Sorry to trouble you, brother. You're so capable, brother. Zhao Zhao and I will be so lucky in the future. Zhang Yu, your injuries are almost all better. Go back to the military camp today. My brother's foot injury still hasn't healed. I'll take you back? Yes. Hey. Oh. Come back early. Go to Village Chief Tang's house this evening. He's already changed your household registration. You're no longer under slave status. You have farmer household status now. Remember to go pick it up? Okay. Change this dressing every 2 days. And remember to eat light and plain food. Make sure your wound doesn't get wet. And don't do any strenuous exercise. You don't want to tear it open. You really have to leave. Does our engagement mean nothing then? How could it count, Zhang Yu? Either you give up your ambition to be a deserter and stop going to the battlefield, or I give up my own hopes to stay in an empty house alone and be that wife who waits day and night for you to come back. I lived that kind of life for 10 years in my past life. I really don't want to go through that again. In this life, I just want to be free. Two people with opposite goals are better off forgetting each other entirely. Our goals aren't opposite. Zhao Zhao, when the country is stable and they don't need me to fight anymore, I can travel the whole world with you, as long as you're willing to wait for me. This ill-fated childhood romance between us has been separated by 30 years of time. My feelings for him have long faded with the years. I have no romantic feelings for him now. Even when you called off our engagement, I waited for you for 4 whole years. It's your turn to wait for me now, right? Besides, our engagement can't be for nothing. I want special treatment. If you end up with someone by your side, I have to be the first choice. If I'm dead by then, you can pick someone else. Where did you learn such cheeky tricks? Just tell me if you'll wait. Zhang Yu's stubborn temper flared up. He didn't come to see me off. We'll meet again sooner or later anyway. There's no need for a formal goodbye. Just wait for me to come find you, okay? Don't go too far away. On the way down the mountain, I glanced down at the love knot still tied at my waist. I smiled softly. I didn't notice that on the path ahead, Shen Yanqi stood there like a god of death, until I bumped right into his chest. Shu Zhao Zhao, how dare you, how dare you! You betrayed me just like that. Chu Zhao Zhao, do you even have a heart? When I was waiting for you to come back full of hope, I was told you sold me off. Is this the fresh start you wanted? A fresh start without me, right? Yes. Does being used feel good? You imagined a future with someone full of hope, only to find out it was all a lie. Does that feel good? Isn't that exactly what you did to me in my past life? Past life. You always took advantage of the fact I couldn't bear to hurt you, so you could hurt me without any scruples? Xiao Xiao, don't push me. You know that. I'm not a good person. Don't you push me either. I just want to get away from you. You really know exactly how to make me suffer. Zhao Zhao. Why, I already explained everything. Why do you still want to leave? Zhao Zhao, you love me, don't you? How can you bear to abandon me? I know I was wrong, but I'm making up for it now. I'm changing. Can you just wait for me? We finally got a second chance at life. Can't we really just erase the past and start over? No, we can't erase it. Not every hidden difficulty, an apology can get you forgiveness. Fine, you don't want the nice way, huh? Zhao Zhao, you're making me act like a jerk. If I'd known you were reborn too, the day I bought you back, I would have killed you. Am I really that unforgivable? In my past life, except for freedom, I gave you everything. You gave me everything. Shen Yanqi, have you ever thought the reason you locked me up in the capital suburbs and didn't dare marry me wasn't for my sake at all? It's because you just couldn't bear to let go of my love for you, which had no mixed interests. Something no one else could give you. After you climbed to a high position, but you also didn't dare marry me into your manor, because as long as I existed, I would constantly remind you that the Grand Prince Regent was once a lowly husband, bought for 10 copper coins by a village girl. When you've also lost your freedom for 10 years, then you can talk to me about forgiveness. Fine. 10 years. I never saw Shen Yanqi again after that. I never saw Jiang Yu either. I practiced medicine as I traveled, wandering freely through all famous mountains and rivers, as if I was still scared of the past. Never stayed too long in any place. But in the 4th year of my travels, I came to the marriage bridge in Quanzhou town. The bridge was covered with red ribbons tied by lovers making wishes. I stood on the bridge from dawn till dark, until the moon was bright and clear. Even all the people releasing lanterns under the bridge had left happily. Then I let out a soft sigh. Jiang Yu, I kept my promise. You can't blame me anymore later. The 4-year agreement was the special treatment I gave Jiang Yu. The day before I left the military camp, we agreed to meet at Quanzhou's marriage bridge in 4 years. If the war was over by then, and he was still alive, we would travel together. But he didn't show up today. God damn it, Chu Zhao Zhao. Next time we make a plan, you have to ask first. Do you know there are 12 bridges in Quanzhou, all nicknamed Marriage Bridge? I almost died looking for you today. Idiot. Much later on, Jiang Yu and I rode horses north, planning to see the snow-capped mountains. When we passed the suburbs of the capital, a blurry figure started following us at some point. Not too close, not too far. Kept following us. Never came forward. And never backed off either. If she wants to follow, let her. It's nice to have another witness to our happiness, right? You know who that is? You don't? Well, I do know, actually, but it doesn't matter. Speaking of that, though, that liar? What do you mean? He said he was your first man. Made me jealous for ages. Turns out, it's obviously me. Are we leaving or what? Yeah, let's go take my wife to see the snow mountains.